Welcome to another episode of Uncensored Daily Radar, where your fellow foiled friend scans the entire globe for what may or may not be artificial and nefarious activity. We go through satellite radar as well as the zippity zip zap radar, aka NEXRAD, to better understand atmospheric and environmental conditions in full context. Before we get started, there are a few things that you should know. Number one, I repeat, I am not a meteorologist, but I am a tinfoil hat wearing conspiracy theorist, which obviously makes me far more qualified to analyze atmospheric conditions. Number two, videos are fairly short, but feel free to skip ahead to any section you're most interested in. And lastly, if you'd like to see these daily radar videos, please consider becoming a paid subscriber. Otherwise, this video is about to reach a paywall and will pause right now. Now. Okay. All right, let's get started.
Good afternoon. It is Friday, March 6th, about 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's get started. All right, this does not look good, I'll tell you that.
And remember, every single glow you see here is a NEXRAD radar station. The official statement is that it's just simply Doppler radar, helping us track weather systems and gives forecasts, things like that. The conspiracy theory is that these towers are equipped with technology to allow us to manipulate the weather in various ways. One of those ways being that it can microwave certain areas of the atmosphere to the point of creating high levels of heat, which can cause heat waves, excessive drought. Of course, you can also, by creating massive temperature swings, you can create severe winds. And also, by creating a heated area like that, you can create a high pressure zone. High pressure zones deter low pressure systems, aka storms. So if a storm is traveling, like let's say it would have normally gone like here, well, you can put a bunch of high pressure zones up here, or like a big high pressure zone here, and it would have gone up, but instead it's gonna do this. And then you could even put a high pressure zone here, and then it would be encouraged to do that. You could also surround it. Theoretically, this is all theoretical, conspiratorially theoretical.
We'll get to that. I do see that flame-like radar coming off of Southern California still during the night. And again, we've been seeing that. It's been about a week. On and off, maybe longer. But, you know, when I first started seeing that, I was like, all right, that's in the past. It usually means that some pretty severe winds are about to hit, possibly wildfires or fires are about to happen. And yeah, we are seeing it there. Not super strongly. It let up a bit yesterday, but it is there. It is there. And yes, they do have a wind warning. This tower's been off. $9:55. It's still offline. Huh. So we're blind in Central California for most of the day. That is odd. All right. Besides the storm, let's see what else. Ooh. You know how like this area's been glistening like crazy in northern Texas, and we can't quite figure out what the reason for that is? That glistening picked up exponentially. I don't know if I've ever seen an area that, because that glistening, it moves around. Lately, it's been stuck in Texas and Oklahoma area. Wow. It may have something to do with what is going on over here with that storm going through, because right here over Oklahoma, even this part of the storm was getting that rippled radar going. And this, it looks like that sonogram situation. See? With the NEXRAD Doppler, it looks like it's spinning. And that's what it's displaying over top of this. Very interesting. Let's see about the birds. Where are the birds? What's going on with the birdie boos? Maybe there's like a crazy amount here. No. Or wasn't like an excess right here? And again, some people do question if this bird map is actually detecting birds or if it's detecting maybe something else, possibly birds and something else. I think it's probably just birds, but you know, there are people who really believe that this map is a bunch of garbage. It could be. This was around sunrise. Yeah, look at the storm here. You can see a bunch of the dotted radar, the rippled radar. And even as the second storm is in Oklahoma, we got the same thing, that rippled radar. And this is right now. That looks pretty darn severe. Pretty severe indeed. All right, let's zoom out. Let's see what else besides that storm that we're going to dig into. Should I start tracking this? It does this all the time. All right. Before I start zooming in, let me just get more time so we can connect the dots between what I left off on yesterday and what's going on today. Oh, yeah. All right. We're zooming in. I'm going to, excuse me, pay attention to the western states. Looks like there's definitely trails mixed in here moving through. That air is moving pretty darn slowly. What's the air like over? The wind. Oh, it's moving faster here. Slightly slow here. Oh, it is stagnating a bit over here, but very fast over here. Wow. Where was I? Here. Looks like trails are still coming in off the Pacific. We'll look at actual trails on another website, but yeah, that flame-like radar over here still continuing. This is the only part of the country that zip-zaps 24/7. No other places like that. Ooh, Southern Nevada. You guys have some of that glistening going. Kind of that stuff we've been seeing in Texas. It's also over here in California. This tower here in central California, 2 of them went offline. Now either, and same time as that one in Nevada flickered. 2 in Nevada flickered actually. Now it's either because the towers themselves are like just out, they're not, they're not actually working, or they're not transmitting to the server. The data's not being sent over, making us fly blind. But yeah, look at that. They got some glistening over in Southern Nevada. I'm going to check out the central portion last. I'm going to pay attention to these far eastern states, and then I want to dig into that storm that's going on right now. Just looking at these. Okay. Sunrise, see all those radial pulses emanating from things that are not NEXRAD towers. Those little circles there. Still don't know what those are. They're not NEXRAD towers. But there are radial pulses that happen. They react to something about the rising sun, because even from east to west, in Florida, the ones on the east are pulsing first as the sun is moving across. And that bluish glow, likely birds moving around, or partially at least. All right. Got a bunch of little sporadic storms over here. All right, stormy storm. Oh, you know what I did miss? I wish I could get this section right here. How do I? So there is a tower in Southern California that is unique. It sometimes emits, not sometimes, I've maybe seen it like between 10, probably about 10 times all for the last year. Maybe more, but it was going during the night last night. See that? That's evidence of part of it. It's a big giant spiral, and I've shown it to you guys so many times, I know. But it is spinning. And it's still going. I still see some evidence of it going through Tennessee during, oh wait, okay. Still showing a piece of it. For some reason right here, it will show itself. That's how I know it's there. Now we're about to approach sunrise. Let's see. Do they stop it at sunrise? Actually, it's hard to tell, right? Because they will still, oh no, it's still going. Still going. And whenever I've seen that, something weird happens. Initially, when it was really loud and proud, I was able to predict the wildfires going on over here. So it could mean a lot of wind. It could mean something else. I'm not sure. Something severe tends to happen during those times. All right, so back to this. So that thing in Southern California is going right now, which is usually not a good sign. Oh man, dude, this is not rippled radar. It's all over it. I mean, every single frame I'm seeing it. Here, look at the shape of this thing. What is that? Big freaking triangle? Every frame. Here. I can see some moving through here. Big one right here. Hold on, I'm gonna play it. And then I'll zoom in. This one's getting some fancy treatment. Still. I mean, so the official statement is that these things are artifacts, reflections off of birds or insects. The conspiracy theory is that when it appears so excessively, that's my theory at least, when it appears excessively, that it could be evidence of frequency manipulation of a storm. And whenever I see this, like this is what I'll see with a significant storm, tornadic activity. If it's not tornadic activity, then extreme winds, extreme rainfall, something really bad. I've seen this now 3 times in the last 2 weeks with these storms. We need to check out the news, because this was looking really bad several hours ago. I'm still seeing that rippled radar moving through right now. Ooh, lots of activity right here. We've got it all. We've got that dotted radar. We've got that ninja radar. We've got the rippled. These are all my names, by the way. The rippled radar. I mean, it is just intense. Poor Illinois. I wonder what's going on. That's not looking good. And that just happened, too. I mean, look at all that. Look at that one. Boom, boom, boom. Look at that. Ripple, ripple, ripple. Ripple. Look at right here. Right there. See that wave coming out of it? Now those can happen as a storm is ending. Like it'll spread out. But this storm is far from done with relieving its water. Usually that's something you see as it's running out of water and just kind of waves out. But there's a wave there, and that's the precipitation itself. Of course, it's surrounded by, you know, this rippled radar, which could be frequency manipulation, could just be coincidental glitches that correlate with really catastrophic storms. But we need to check the news, find out what's going down. Unfortunately, this looks very suspicious, extremely suspicious, and for the last year, this is the kind of stuff we see very clear patterns with. That storm is riddled with this stuff. That's one of the biggest ripples I've seen. And the moment that we see this ripple, we see this shooting out. They go away at the same time too. And what's that line? See this line here? There's a line right here. It's a radar beam, but it's not, it's constant. It's not blinking or anything. It's just a constant beam. What a mess this thing is. Let's get that ninja rate. All right, let's check out news. Let's see what's happening, what's been happening in these areas. First thing I did is type in tornado in Google. Reported tornado tears through southwest Michigan. Causes widespread damage. Filmed tearing through commercial strip mall.
Oh, here it comes. Holy cow. Wow.
No. This way you go inside or go underground.
Storm chasers. Oh, yeah. It's alright.
No, it's not. That thing's just looking like it's just getting started.
You guys are chickens.
Stay safe.
No, they're smart.
Yeah?
Dude, you think glass is gonna protect you?
It's alright.
You know, we had
Typical man. It's fine. Literally. In a tornado. Seriously though, where was that? I want to look up the exact location. What the heck is this?
Do have team coverage for you tonight. Our John Kim is live in Jefferson Township. That's just north of Edwardsburg, Michigan. John, we've been checking in with you. We spoke with you in the 4 o'clock hour, but you've seen trees down. You've seen houses impact. A lot of damage there, right?
That's right, Caroline. I'm near to the M62 and Harris Street near the Jefferson Township, which is about a 5-minute drive from Edwardsburg, Michigan. Here in Southwest Michigan, people have seen a lot of damages coming down from the tornado. And then as you can see right now, I just want to show you a little bit of, could you turn around here? So you can see trees torn down by the tornado. And then as you can see right now, the damages are affecting those people out here. And then several properties are also damaged right now. As you can see right now on this side, you can see trees actually broken because of the strong wind that had that has been driven by the meaning that electricity could flow.
And you could see it just coming through the woods, and it hit my house. I got in the basement, and it was gone. And
This guy's hilarious.
To us from Southwest Michigan. Here you see it. That's a roof of a Menards store being ripped apart. You saw debris and you see it there swirling in the air. Then the twister is destroying this storage facility. You are watching cell phone video taken in Three Rivers. That's not far from South Bend. And there you see the funnel cloud. The National Weather Service does confirm that a tornado hit that area late this afternoon.
Yeah, it was... I mean, this is still going on, but this happened during the time we were watching on NEXRAD. You know, all that crazy zip-zappery. So let's try to find... Oh, man. Three Rivers. Let's look this up. Three Rivers, Southwest Michigan. So that's right around here. And it really just happened. And yeah, got all that same treatment over here. You know, a lot of the times you can't know if a tornado has dropped until after the storm. But this one was obviously right in the middle of a very populated area. A lot of people got cell phone footage. Yeah, I was getting a lot of treatment there too. I do wonder how Illinois has been faring. It looks like the most severe portion of the storm really did kick in, starting over Illinois, with that portion heading over here, causing that tornado. Any earthquakes? I noticed they don't happen every time, Not this map. Where's the map? All right, these are all the ones. There was one right here. 2.9. What time? Well, actually, this was on the 5th. That was yesterday. There's one over here, but that's not abnormal. Okay. And unfortunately, a mother and daughter were killed in severe weather in Oklahoma as the tornado moved through at 8:40 p.m. yesterday. p.m. Okay, so let's check out that time slot, because NEXRAD, what I'm showing you is more than just today. It's showing you part of yesterday. So when we were seeing that really extreme stuff going through Oklahoma with all those zip zaps, I'm going to bet it's going to line up with this time here. All right, so that tornado was at around 2:40 UTC on the 6th. That would be about 8:40 p.m. on the 5th, local time here in Oklahoma. When yeah, same situation. Look at all this rippled radar moving through last night. I mean, the whole storm has been loaded with it. Look at that. What? Every edge. Every frickin' edge. And it looks like the center point is right around here. Interesting. In fact, this is the moment. Right around here is when the tornado was documented. Yeah, this whole storm has been loaded with that rippled radar the whole way through. Looks like it backed off just a teeny bit here, but then picked up again. A lot just right now, just since the storm has been passing through Illinois up into the northeast. It's not looking good up there. Part of that's going to pass into Canada. I wish I could get an eye on what's going on over there. All right, let's scooch on down. Besides what I already talked about, man, yeah, that is nuts right there. Oh, over here in Oklahoma right now, the storm is getting a lot of activity. I think I said it earlier, but it's getting a lot. Oklahoma, watch out, man. I should put out a warning. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put out a warning. I just filmed a warning. I'm putting it up on Instagram. I'll also put it up on here because a sense of urgency is, you know, it's for safety reasons. But for research purposes, because I can only see the 5-minute intervals for a certain amount of time, I'm going to step away for a couple of hours, come back, and see what's been going on from then on and continue the show. Because this storm's not over, and I want to document it well. So yeah, I'm gonna put a pause on this. I'll come right back. And like I said, I am gonna put this warning out on Substack right now, just so you know people are aware that this is a danger. All right, I'm back. It is now about 9:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's see what's been going on with the storm. So, oops. All right. We left off right around this area. Okay, yeah, so we saw those coming out of it, that rippled radar there. Continuing. Oh, man. It looks bad. I do see some of that rippled radar over here, though. So this one was bombarded, and then it looked like it was kind of set free there. What has been happening with these other storms? Oklahoma, yeah, still doesn't look good. And that actually, in my video, I warned people. I said it looks like there's going to also be a tornado in Oklahoma if this rippled radar is an indication of crazy stuff happening in a storm. And yeah, I did warn people, and yeah, they did get, there was a tornado there around the same time that others were occurring in Michigan. Michigan got apparently more. I'm still seeing rippled radar here. And this is right now. Looks like the crazy tower activity is mostly in this area and up here. This area, that looks super severe. I don't know how much manipulation you're going to need over there for anything bad to happen. Looks like the worst of it already impacted it. Man, dude, Oklahoma. Anything going on down here since we checked last? Not really in northern Texas. All right. Okay. Also, the video I just shared, I didn't just share it actually. The video that I put out on Instagram, I posted it 3 hours ago, and it is frozen at 11.7 thousand views. That is textbook throttling, unfortunately. Because it was doing very well, and then it's been frozen at 11.7 thousand views for over an hour. It should have, this video should be big, because it's a warning video. Many people are commenting on it, you know, just after saying, we just got a tornado, we just got another tornado. Like, this is a big storm. And these comments, I can't even see the most recent comments, unfortunately. They're being hidden from me. There's very clear throttling with certain videos. I do find it interesting that this is one of those videos that they're holding back. And I was careful. I didn't say chemtrail, weather manipulation, NEXRAD. I didn't say any of that. I didn't say any of that. And my followers typically know not to say that stuff either. Yeah, what a shame. Sorry, I ate something and I guess it's causing me to cough now. We'll do trails last. I want to get to this data. Weather warnings. Looks like we still have that rip current statement along the eastern edge of Florida. We got that moderate dense fog advisory going on still in the panhandle over by Alabama, Florida. Oh, got that moderate, dense fog advisory, eastern Pennsylvania. Over in Connecticut, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Vermont area, Maine, you guys have that moderate winter weather advisory. With areas of drizzle, also black ice warnings, a little bit more south in Massachusetts and Connecticut. We've got dense fog advisories over in Michigan, eastern Wisconsin. And then, you know, where that storm is moving through Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Missouri, you guys have sporadic severe flood warnings
We talked about this the other day. Take those seriously. Watch out. And going through Iowa, Kansas, Missouri, you guys are under an extreme tornado watch. Extreme tornado watch. Yeah, that makes sense. Because what's moving through here is getting the same treatment. Moderate winter weather advisory over in Minnesota, South Dakota, Nebraska. Still in New Mexico, you guys have that severe weather watch warning. Colorado, moderate winter weather advisory. Northern Colorado, severe winter storm warning. Same goes for, oh, no, actually, severe high wind warning in southern Wyoming and western and central Montana. You got those moderate and severe high wind warnings going through California and Nevada and western Arizona. And you got those gale wind advisories coming in from the west on the western edge of California. All right, we'll click on extremes around the world. If there are any, extreme blizzard warning. Looks like, yeah, in Alaska. Saudi Arabia here, looks like we've got heavy rain, extreme heavy rain. And that's it. We have those tropical systems. Tropical depression overland in Australia. Did it increase? I'm curious what it was doing. It's not telling me. And this guy is a tropical storm, thankfully moving away from Australia. This is the reason we haven't had really any hurricanes for the last year. It's this dust. Looks like Europe is still getting a ton of that dust. Super weird. Don't often see that. But we also have this dust here in the Atlantic. Mild compared to, what it's been, but typically these storms will come out of here. A lot of dust over here. Lots of dust. Why is it so freaking dusty over here? It's a lot of dust. I'm not used to seeing that over here. AQI. I don't know about this. I don't know how accurate this is. It's like way below some other maps. It's that dust and pollution. Possible dust as well. Let's get this pressure documented. Look at that stripe of low pressure moving through there. Let's get down here. There's always smoke here. It's one of the mysteries I'm trying to solve. Always so much smoke. The only thing that is a possibility that wouldn't be nefarious would be like, they've got some volcanoes down there. One of them constantly is erupting, but the smoke wouldn't be like this. This is too much. It's constant for almost a year. For probably over a year, just, since I've been looking. A lot of smoke over here. This is an abnormal amount as well. We see lots of fires in this area. We typically don't see plumes like this. Where the heck is this coming from? Yeah, we have a lot of fires here, but what is the source for this? Is it maybe jumping from over here? Maybe the low pressure, it's like, I don't know.
swooped around it. This is too much smoke for over the United States, I think. I mean, yeah, there are a lot of areas here. I guess it could be coming from here. What is the all right, this is the 2-day. I'm not seeing anything really big. I don't know. That smoke amount is odd to me. Since we're over here, let's get all the heat signatures. All right. Birds. They were flying north all winter, too. This was yesterday. And nothing today? All right, so this was recent. Not that recent, though. Hours and hours and hours ago. All right, let's look at some news. Multiple killed from destructive tornadoes as severe weather outbreak devastates America's heartland. Massive stretch of severe weather targets over 63 million Americans, spanning more than 1,500 miles from Texas to Michigan. Union City, Michigan. Wow. Man. You already see this one?
Will be good. I haven't seen anything like other than
All the debris that was chucked.
yeah. Holy crap! Oh, Menard's roof just blew off.
Yeah, I think we saw that already. Whoa. Terrifying. Definitely wouldn't want to drive that direction. Unless you're a storm chaser, then that's the exact direction you probably want to drive it. Wow. That's terrifying.
Oh, here it comes. Wow.
Sorry, guys. I don't know if we've seen these already. All right, let's see what the normies have to say about it.
We're keeping our eyes on these dangerous storms moving across the plains and the lower Missouri Valley. Joining us now is exclusive Fox Weather Storm Tracker Corey Gerken. Corey, hey, great to have you. Man, we were talking earlier this week about that switch that you guys were going to have to flip from winter weather to this, and the forecast models is not a good thing, but they've been steady Eddie with this one. What are you thinking as we move through what's left of the afternoon and evening?
Well, we got difficult decisions to make here. We really have 3 target areas. You know, you have the 2 10-hatch areas SPC put out, but then kind of a sneakier target smack dab in the middle near Wichita. You got dry line bulge that's happening right, or it's supposed to happen here next few hours, and it's got actually the best environment on every other target for the day, but it's just a matter of you can actually get a storm to fire en route. So kind of trying to figure out, which direction you want to go here.
So how does that call get made, Corey? Have you and Brandon been going back and forth? You guys don't typically split up, right? You'll make a decision and head to wherever the call is made?
Yeah, he took the northern target. I was kind of sitting here in the middle. I kind of been torn between, staying around Wichita or shooting down to like northeast Oklahoma.
Okay.
But now I'm moving north too for that northern target. You can jump up here, get on that, and then shoot back down to Wichita if something pops up. So yeah, we're a lot of talking, but we're all over the place still.
Yeah, that's a good point to make too. The timing isn't necessarily the same in all of these places. They're offset. The watch now issued both sides of the Red River up through OKC and Tulsa points north. We'll have a watch coming out too. What are you looking for in making that call from a meteorological standpoint? I know it's early season, but the overall parameters are pretty healthy in all of those spots.
Yeah, so in the northern target, you got the surface low, pretty much a triple point, which, those can be hit or miss, but, a lot of times they do end up being pretty significant tornado producers. So you're looking at that, but then you have to deal with the crashing cold front up north. So that's kind of not as excited about going north for that reason. Mm-hmm. That cold front is crashing right now. And then, the dry line target here near Wichita is, if you can get a storm to get going and root, you could have a violent tornado down. But again, now we're dealing with the storm actually firing. There's a very low chance of it, so it's a higher gamble. But then you shoot down to Oklahoma, you got storms ongoing, but you get in the bad terrain, bad data. So there's just so much that goes into this.
Yeah, and we're seeing some of your video. I mean, the terrible consequences of what happened already with this setup yesterday. And now we've got a situation here where the severe weather may continue for a big chunk of the overnight, and then we've got more of it displace east tomorrow. So does that factor into the plans, knowing that this has a nocturnal or an overnight aspect to it, and still a day, maybe 2 days to go?
Yeah, I'm eyeballing tomorrow too. I know, like the SPC mentioned, the severe threat's supposed to wind down throughout tomorrow. The shear is supposed to decrease, but something that's caught my eye. It's a big thing, down like the Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana. Especially you have a line, you get a lot of those confluence bands, cell mergers happening. I've been noticing that a trend in like southern Mississippi for tomorrow. So the SPC thinks the severe threat's going to be decreasing because of the shear decrease, but I don't know. So it's going to kind of, I guess, we got to figure out if we're going to be chased tomorrow afternoon or chased late tonight. We don't know yet.
Yeah, well, we hope to be chatting with you between now and then. As we know, this is a dangerous setup. It doesn't feel, Corey, like we're easing into the severe weather season at all. So be safe moving through this evening, and we'll be talking with you a little bit. That's exclusive Fox Weather Storm Tracker Corey Gerken. Thank you. All right, sounds like we got a confirmed tornado. So yeah, this was in that zone that we talked about, which it wasn't in the highest probability or the highest intensity, but you've got an atmosphere that doesn't look at severe weather.
No, not really at all. And I'm from Michigan myself, and it's pretty rare that we end up seeing these tornadoes, but a scary situation for folks. And you know what? One of the things that's fueling these systems, it is going to be those warmer temperatures. So I mean, they have that humidity, they have that storm energy that's continuing to impact this spot. I mean, even looking at that, you can see that nice spin up right there. Really, a really good indication of that spinning going on, that rotation throughout that storm. Yeah, this looks like a really good signature. So a scary situation, again, for folks that are going to be with it.
Northeast at 40, and they called it a PDS.
Wow.
Yeah.
It means a particularly dangerous situation for folks that are in that area. So seriously, you need to take cover now if you're in that spot or if you're in a town nearby, because this system is continuing to track up towards, I believe it's northeast, north. But looking into that,
I know Ryan Holleyall's going nuts right now. Let's see. Then again, you know what? He was probably up all night Let's see.
Getting indoors and away from windows out here
here
in
he is.
Enola. We just had a tornado go through here. Now you're about to get hit by another round of strong storms, okay? Get ready for it.
Dang, I want me one of these systems.
Just turn back. I might go back to that. Yeah.
The show looks so good. I need to upgrade.
It's currently 10:16 Eastern, 9:16 Central, 3Z. It's March 6, 2026. We've been on the air here for 4 hours.
Realize that
We've been on the air longer than that, but our first stream dropped off for some reason, and then we had to restart on a separate stream.
it's definitely moving faster than earlier. I mean, it's our.
This was earlier.
So we're going to come back and check out this in just a moment, but we do have a severe thunderstorm warning up here for Marshall and Fayette. Let's check out. The reports continue to come in. We'll have before the end of the stream, we'll have a.
Oh, man. Yeah, Ryan Holiel is definitely better than mainstream, like Fox, weather, that kind of stuff. But unfortunately, he does not at all care, or, you know, he doesn't look at NEXRAD. He probably thinks everything I do is just stupid and crazy. But, you know, he's a smart guy. He'll consider it at some point. Multiple deaths reported after tornadoes. Okay, deadly tornado kills 4 in Michigan. Spirit. Yep, we already went through that article. All right, let's move on. I mean, right now we have significant issues. Just going back here just to see what the update looks like. I mean, we're getting the same treatment over here in Missouri, Kansas. No state over here is safe, as far as I'm concerned. Every single person in the path of these storms here needs to pay very close attention. Don't go to sleep. Watch your weather. Watch Ryan Hall. And he is very good at sharing with you tornado locations before any mainstream will warn you. And check your NEXRAD. I mean, you've been watching me long enough. Pull it up when it's overhead or when it's approaching. Check and see if you see the stuff that I talk about. If you see an excessive amount, then, I mean, either way, guys, I think you need to get your safe space ready. And having not only a helmet and, like, good boots, but wear an N95, too. Because if something does happen to your house, you don't want to breathe in any of that debris. There's a lot of toxic stuff in building materials, and you don't want to have to suffer from that. Especially in an older house. You know, if there's asbestos flying around, oh my gosh, you don't want to get cancer decades from now because you didn't wear a mask. Of course, that's like the least of your worries in the moment, but N95s are a good idea. This frickin' storm. All right, let's cover... No, there's one more thing. Oh, no, there isn't. That's right. I was going to pull up that guy who talks about stuff going on over in Europe, but apparently there's nothing to talk about today. We got a lot of trails coming in over the Pacific. In fact, I think we could even get more time. There we go. All right, so we have a ton of trails coming in through the Pacific. And a lot of that's coming in through, you know, as haze, but also cloud cover. Visible cloud cover, obvious cloud cover. Trails coming in through Louisiana. And then let's just see what's going on with this storm here. Now, we already know all this was created. Like, there were a ton of trails moving through here before the storm even started. During the storm, we had plenty of trails all through the town. Oh my gosh. What the heck? Everywhere, 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 everywhere. Here come the storms. I can always hear people in front of my house. I always wonder if you guys can hear now that it's getting warmer outside. Sometimes people just sit in front of their house and just talk really loudly on the phone. But I don't know if you guys can hear them. I hope not. Usually they're pretty quiet people outside, unless like there's a bunch of kids playing basketball. So many trails moving through here. Through here. Yeah, I mean, the whole area is loaded with trails. And these storms are coming out of these areas pretty darn fast, too. The severe storm today distracted me from the earthquake situation. We gotta go check that. By the way, you know how I was sick like a couple of weeks ago? Man, my throat still has like a tickle. If air enters my throat in a certain way, it makes me want to cough. And then my nose will just kind of run every once in a while. So weird. And I know so many people saying the exact same thing. Some people are saying that they've had a cough nonstop for over a month. Or a couple, actually more than two, several people said in my comments that they have had illness symptoms since, one of them said November, one of them said December. It's like, what? It's March. That's not going to be me. 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 Oh, was I talking? Was I talking? Trails here, trails through here, and trails through here. Looks like trails over here moving off the coast of Africa, but that is in that area near the equator that typically will get condensation trails. I'll have to check it out. Looks like we've got some trails down here again, still going through Chile and other southern Argentina. It's the one place in South America I will sometimes see trails. Don't know if they're freaking condensation trails or not. They don't look like condensation trails, but there's so few of them and they dissipate fairly quickly, but they're very reminiscent of the trails that we have in the U.S. I'm sinking they are nefarious. I feel like I've been doing this show the whole day because I've been watching data all day. What is it? Oh. What are you doing, Orion? You talking to your sister through the door? There's some trails here. Hello, Orion. Hello, Sir Monkey. There are trails mixed in here, yeah. And obviously we've got them over here. So many glorious, disgusting lines.
trails. Moving over to New Zealand. Love this color. There's that tropical system. There's the remnants of that tropical system. This side of the world is so easy to review. Always, year-round. Because they don't really get anything. Russia will get them. See, a bunch of lines over here. Kazakhstan's been getting them lately. Oh, yeah, looks like they're still getting them now. And China had some lately, but they can go 6 months without any trails. I know they have a massive program. I do think they probably use ground-based systems more. They don't seem to be doing a lot of aerial stuff, but we know they've got really big weather programs. Lots of trails here. I would suspect that it's not nearly as efficient. Trails. All through here. Yeah, I knew I'd have a hard time with this one. Okay, so it actually doesn't look good down here, but up here it looks good. They have me skipping 90-minute intervals. All right, well. Wait. Oh, yeah. No, it skipped a whole day. It skipped most of the 6th. 20 hours today. Of course, they're always hiding something. Freaking Europe. So something happened that I'm not allowed to see. Also, I don't like this filter. This is slightly different from the filter that I like, but vastly different in how I can see trails. Okay, now I want proper intervals, okay? How is this one? Alright, whatever. Skipping time. Time skippers. Yeah, there's a couple of trails here. At this point, they don't look nefarious. Trails coming in from the Atlantic. We already know that. Trails up here. Trails through here. Oh, this is also a slightly different filter. This is that newer one that I don't like. Notice because it has a lot of green in it. Harder to see the trails. The trails are a little bit more faint. They disappear a lot easier. You have to pay a lot more. You have to pay very close attention to see them. Because they are all up in here. All in here. All in here. All in here. All in here. Here. Faint. Over here too. What about Iran? Okay, earthquakes. Yeah, you almost let me forget, guys. All right, so let's see if anything happened. When was this? No, there's a second one there. Okay, those were yesterday. All right, let's see if any earthquakes come on record over the next 24 hours. Because when we saw the other 3 big ones, they happened within a few hours of seeing that rippled radar stuff. We might not see it at all, of course, because I've seen certainly more of those crazy storms producing tornadoes than I have seen big earthquakes. Those big earthquakes, there's only been 3 so far that I've seen above 4.0 mag that I've even looked into. And, but they do correlate. Every time I've seen those, we've seen those crazy looking storms with the crazy looking radar. But not every time I see the crazy looking radar do I see earthquakes. Okay, now I have hiccups. All right, guys. Thanks for joining. Stay safe. Have a good night.